on the production floor with our plant manager, Rich Horn. And we're standing here in front of the Wirecrafters production control board. So Rich, we got a lot going on in our 250,000 square foot facility. This is one of many boards. Can you tell us a little bit what's going on here?
Right, so as you said, this is one application of many that we have throughout the plant. And this is how we control our stock panel production. So we have a store of unpainted material here, a store of painted material up front. When we pull from the unpainted store, we will take a kanban off of the parts and put it on this board. And this visualizes what we need to make to replenish the store. So as the parts go up, we visualize it, we need to make it, we understand how we pull, the quantity that we pull, and most importantly, how we need to react to satisfy the customer. Okay, welcome, my name is Richard Horn, and I was asked by Chad England to steal the spotlight and talk about Kanban and its use at Wirecrafters, okay? So before I talk about how we utilize Kanban as a visual management tool, let's talk about very simply, what is a Kanban? Here at Wirecrafters, the Kanban has two major functions. The first function is to control the amount of inventory that we keep of a stock item. Okay, and I'll show you some visualizations, some examples of that here, either today or in future videos. The second major function of a Kanban is its location triggers action by production. So when you have a typical legacy ERP system, you have to look in the computer to find out what's going on. Have you made the part? Do you need the part? With our visual management tool and the use of Kanban, we control the amount of inventory, and where the Kanban is physically located, whether it's on a board, whether it's in a box or on the part, we know how to take action here at Wirecrafters. So the Kanban doesn't necessarily need to be a card. We do have some Kanban that are a card, and it's really just the part number, the number of pieces that we're trying to keep, and the quantity. A Kanban can also be a tote. It can be a card.
This Lean Minute helps set up a visual management board that can facilitate a lean daily stand-up meeting. The challenge is to provide a workplace meeting team with the framework to have critical discussions. At TXM, we have established the Lean Daily Leadership process to help leaders set up daily meetings that use the visual management board to standardise the agenda and in turn what they are expected to do, and seeing examples is a good way for them to know what to consider. Then you ask, what is the most important thing to talk about every day? Often a leader might need to stipulate that safety and health are the most important topics. A good tip is to simply put these headings up on a board and start to hold the daily stand-up meetings. As the meetings mature, you need to ask, what is the biggest thing we can control to achieve a good result every day? Then slowly introduce more topics over time to make the conversation more robust. Keeping it simple at the start and building detail over time ensures the right measures.
All right, everyone. Well, welcome. We are going to have an epic time today. We're going to my good friend, Brad Cairns, and he is in Canada. Now, Brad is...
And then this board, as messy as it is like, we call this like our magic board. This is all the projects that we want to get done. We want to know how much it costs and why. And the reason I just want to show this quickly is because we wrote stuff on here that was like insane. We're like brain dump all of this. We can't really undervalue the power of a morning meeting. This is where everything happens. This is where your culture gets developed. This is where the learning happens. This is where the team building happens. If I had one thing for anybody, it would be just start your...
Cool, awesome. Mike, tell us about your 2-second lean improvement.
So right here, we've got our delivery schedule board, a visual aid for us.
Yep.
As a human being. So we've got, what we used to do, we used to write on the board itself.
Yep.
we found that was actually taking up a lot of time, and so we now have magnets which we can move over to each allocated area as it goes, right? So we then discovered that we were taking a lot of time just drawing lines in.
Yep.
So we've identified that as a crucial waste that we wanted to get rid of. So what we've done is we have just marked lines permanently on these.
Fantastic.
See, lines permanent, done deal, walk away, happy.
Hi, I'm Steve Kane with Specialty Silicone Fabricators in Paso Robles, California. SSF is a contract manufacturer of silicone components for medical devices. And what I'd like to do today is share with you how we go about our stand-up meeting every morning with our leadership team. We start off in the morning with our project board, and we evaluate our key projects and see where we are on milestones. We check milestone dates, and anything that is run past a due date, we turn into an action item. And that brings us over to what we call our action board. And every morning, we look at our daily metrics, and here we record things like late shipments, non-conforming material reports, customer complaints, things of that nature. The idea is that anything that's trending in the right direction, we want to record in green. Anything trending in the wrong direction, we will record in red. And where we have no change from one day to the next, we'll record that in black. And anytime we have something, we talk about any particular safety issues that come up, really important items to celebrate, we call those wow moments.
Es ist ein kurzer Weg von Avia zu Öst. Aus Rohölabstimmung aller Mitarbeiter entlang der gesamten Wertschöpfungskette nötig ist. Im Rahmen von Take-Off 18 wurden die Prozesse mit Lean-Methoden analysiert und nachfolgend durch die Einführung von Kanban, TPM, Milkrun und SMAT optimiert mit der täglichen Frühbesprechung an der Steuertafel. Alle Mitarbeiter bekommen direkt mit, was an diesem Tag für Aufgaben anstehen. Nach der Personalsituation werden die relevanten Kennzahlen durchgesprochen, immer von links nach rechts.
In der Qualität sind wir seit 2 Wochen IO und in der Sicherheit seit 18 Wochen. Auftragseingänge bzw. Fertigungsverläufe sind um ca. 10% gestiegen. AVP-Punkte haben wir 2 offene.
Reibe wurde repariert und ist somit in Ordnung.
Der Greifer in der Zielmittel.
Ja, das ist letzte Woche von den Schlossern repariert und ist in Ordnung.
Ist in Ordnung. Ja. Noch ein Punkt zur Sicherheit. Norbert, der Spiegel, wo als KVP-Maßnahme vorgeschlagen wurde, ist montiert und somit einsatzfähig.
Jeden Vormittag um 10 Uhr treffen sich die Führungskräfte der Produktion. Auch hier derselbe Ablauf. Was dient der reinen Info? Was kann man sofort entscheiden? Was wandert weiter nach oben?
Ganz kurz zum Personal. Ihr habt es dann morgen durchgegeben, wie der Stand ist. Hat sich noch was verändert? Okay, dann gehen wir weiter. Sicherheit gab es nicht. Wir sind nach wie vor seit 13 Wochen unfallfrei. Qualität, vergangene Woche keine Qualitätsprobleme. Sehr schön.
Über Dinge, die im komplexen Alltag zwischen den Abteilungen untergehen würden.
Unsere Kennzahlen, die OEE in allen Bereichen, ist in der vergangenen Woche deutlich gestiegen. Aktuelles Topthema ist der erfreuliche hohe Abschluss an E31 in der vergangenen Woche und in dieser Woche.
Wir haben im Moment sehr starke Abschlüsse dieses Produktes in Richtung China, aber auch Aufträge aus den USA und aus.
Topthema dieser Woche ist wieder die Verfügbarkeitsproblematik, die wir auch schon letzte Woche hatten. Der Lieferant hat festgestellt, dass das menschliche Versagen war in seiner Produktion. Einer der Maschinenbediener hat hier einen Fehler gebaut und auch die Endkontrolle hat den Fehler übersehen.
Thema Vertrieb. Unser Öltankpark ist diese Woche schon zu 80% ausgelastet und das hat natürlich auch Auswirkungen auf den Beschäftigungsgrad in der Fertigung, in der Abführung etc.
Den aktuellen kontinuierlichen Verbesserungsprozess haben wir offen, und zwar haben wir Spülanweisungen erstellt mit einer Farbampel, und dazu kann der Herr Gast uns auch noch was sagen. Die Mitarbeiter sind meines Wissens nach schon unterwiesen.
Ja, es gibt detaillierte Aufzeichnungssysteme, wie wir es vorgehen und wie wir es auch weiterhin kriegen. Ja.
Wir haben jetzt letzte Woche mal erfasst, wie lange es dauert, bis vom Rohstoffwareneingang, bis dann die Proben bei uns oben im Labor sind. Und dabei kam eben raus, dass wir teilweise bis zu 5 Tage warten müssen, bis die Produkte bei uns oben sind.
How you doing? Here for another installment of our lean manufacturer Wirecrafters. Today I got Christian Nash. Christian works in our laser and saw area, and he's going to talk about one of the improvements we made to really become a visual factory and make things easier on the operators.
So all of our parts use different sizes of sheet metal. So now we have these color-coded kanban cards that will match up with our actual sheet metal over here. As you see, the racks are color-coded, so we know if we take a purple magnet, we have to pull from the purple rack to fill our kanban. So we know when we pull this magnet.
Our lean journey began in about 2009 when we had a visit from one of our new customers, John Deere. At that time, they asked. So our move to visual management was based on our late deliveries. At the time that our lean journey started, we had about 35% late deliveries, and the order process was handled by one person, our production control manager, and it was all in her head, along with a computer program that was not super helpful for scheduling. So we decided to go with a visual management scheduling board, and this is the 5th rendition of this board, which is just a screen printed board put onto a sheet metal wall, basically. So each magnet on this board refers to a different job, and this is the amount of time it's going to take. So just for instance, this job is going to run on October 5th. It's going to start at approximately 1 o'clock and finish by the 5 o'clock hour, and we're able to schedule pretty accurately for the customer in the moment with these visual boards. Every magnet on here has a meaning. The yellow one means the day that we're on. We've got a pink magnet, which means that it's out in the shop. This white magnet means that the job is actually being run at the cell, so if we were allowed to sell 7 right now, we'd be able to find that they're running this job currently. The pink magnet down here refers to something for a purchasing manager who needs to order this material. Green means it's been ordered, so our production manager can pull that job and send it out to the shop to run. So this is our shipping board, which ties in from the production board, which is the shop. And what we do here, after the production control manager schedules her jobs and knows when they're going to be done, she passes it over to our shipping scheduler, and she is able to plan based on when the job's going to be done. So each of these magnets refers to a different job that's in shipping. The different colors, again, have a meaning. Yellow means that it's pulled and it's in the shipping department. Green means that the job is picked. Red means that we have no material for that job. Pink means that we're waiting to pick. And then blue means that customer's on credit hold, so we shouldn't be making that job currently. Between this board, our morning meetings that are at this board, and our other production board, we've been able to get our late shipments down to about 3% on average. We're always evolving our visual management tools. So the board started out as just a tool to schedule for shipping, and over time it's evolved to show what's actually happening. So using the different colored dots, along with being able to schedule our cycle counts every morning. So we've blocked off an hour of time for all of our cycle counts. We also use it to show who's on vacation, so we can adjust our flow based on the needs of the shipping department. Something else we've done is we've added where we have to stop our trucks by. So being in Fife Lake, it's hard to get trucks here throughout the day. So we have to have them done by approximately 2 o'clock in order to get a truck here that day. So we put that on the board so we know. We're using more capacity magnets to show when shipping's full, so we know that we can't schedule anything else on that day. And along with saving time at the end of the day for reds and must ships for certain customers in the UPS. The board is scheduled in 5-minute increments. So on the left-hand side here we have the date, Monday the 17th, that would be in October. And then we have 5-minute increments all across the top. So if it's a one-piece job, it takes 5 minutes. And from there we base it on the time it takes to make each job. I apologize for the noise. This is just another layer of visual management that we use. These are our production boards that relate back to the production board that's in the office. So this is at cell 4. What you have here is the part number they're running, the quantity of the job, the setup target time, and then down here we have the target parts per hour with the actual parts per hour that they record on an hourly basis. So you can see here from this one, we were supposed to get 13 parts per hour, and in the first actual full hour of runtime we got 31 parts an hour. So that tells us that our estimate was wrong. So on the board in the office we have an 8-hour block of time. Really, we should have only had about a 4-hour block of time. So we'll be updating that based on this production board. We've got the delta codes next to the production board, which tells us why they may have missed their target. We can see here they were getting 31 and 25, and then they went down to 14. We run a lot of our inventory based on a Kanban system, and we've done that also visually. So this is our visual board for our saw department. This is all of the material that we need to keep on hand at any given time in order to make sure we can make the parts we need for our customer. So just as an example, we've got a 6.5-inch material here, 6.5 8620. This is our daily board. This board we cover all of our key metrics for the day. It's a rolling week, so we've got Monday, Tuesday of this week, and then Wednesday will be covered tomorrow, Thursday, Friday of last week. These help us keep our finger on the pulse of the business. So we're talking about orders every day, how many orders came in. It goes over to our trend board, which is populated monthly. So this data comes from here, and so we can see it, how we're doing on a monthly basis. And then from this point, it goes up to a run the business board, which is for the management to review on a quarterly basis.
So in terms of visual management boards, we have many of those that we have deployed throughout our whole business, but that causes a lot of data to come towards the management level, and we had a hard time figuring out what to do with all of the data that we were working with. So we worked with the college. They came in and they trained us about how to do strategic